I told you that fucking the other week I was playing poker and like just we all sit on Zoom and just fucking like as you do the Zoom still the trend is large. Yeah, playing like Poker Stars home games and then I'd just gotten some like little Korean chicken pieces. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be nice. Second the fork went in, she walked in. She's like, what you got there? I was like, son of a bitch. My sales manager just goes, Josh, who is this girl eating all your food? I was like, oh, she's just the resident that lives here and eats my shit. So, yeah, that has happened. So you saw Meg last week, episode 26? 27! We made it! We are like...
Enter 27.
I'm one episode away from my age.
2% of podcasters.
27 was a good year.
We should wear happy birthday sashes for the next
episode.
We still
we'll
young.
catch up on you eventually in like 8 years.
Our age starts with a 2 still.
Good celebration at Eve's birthday, boys.
Times. Welcome back to the Long Story Short.
Hello there.
Hello there. It's your boy,
Arthur.
Josh.
And Luke.
Oh, we went the other way last week. It was weird. I didn't like it.
Never again.
Didn't like it.
Take it over the wall.
Not one bit. God damn, the Donald Trump fucking references need to stop.
It has to carry on, is what I say. Let's take a vote. Democratic vote.
Yeah, voting back in. Those votes were fucking fake.
Rigged election.
Rigged
In
election.
fact, I'll tell you what, since we started like that, I saw something the other day that says Donald Trump declares his intention to run for president even if he were to be convicted and imprisoned.
Motherfucker just
What's
in
he gonna
prison.
do?
He'd still win.
Yeah, he'd still win.
Still fucking
Nobody
win.
looks better in orange than me.
Orange is the new presidential suit.
It's the new black. Yeah.
Oh, shit. What a series that would make. God damn. Just
That's
President fucking Trump taking hot dicks in the gulag.
Well, man would just be tweeting from, Xing from
mate.
prison.
Oh, god damn.
Is that what it is now?
Yeah, I know.
Xing?
It's, fucking... Oh, actually, on X.
Did you see your ex the
Twitter.
other day? Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah.
No,
You
your
see,
tweet.
you see the poster sent out on your ex? Wait, what? No, mate, on that, public, mate, Zuck knows what the fuck he's doing, and so does Musk,
just a
mate.
fight.
They're streaming it on X.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's what the motherfuckers go and get
they
some
smart.
tasty views on
They're in
that.
it together.
As a pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. Motherfucking Zuck's probably got bear shares in old X. But what's funny is I James's podcast, the Bronup.
Oh yeah, Bronups. Love that.
Yeah,
Shout out.
Big boys.
He's always liking our shit.
Yeah,
Cheers,
boy,
bro.
Yeah.
my boy.
Talking
Yeah,
about
literally. So no, I was
conspiracies and
watching
shit.
their podcast the other day, and they were talking obviously about how fucking like Elon Musk owned the brand and website X for fucking years.
Yeah.
So this has been the master plan. He's just like, motherfucker's like 20 years ahead of his time, mate. The dude's just thinking. He's like, you know what? I bought that years ago. I'm gonna just fucking rebrand this shit and make it mine.
Smart, man.
And yet, like, everyone hates it, but yet, literally, none of us have complained. Like, you just kind of looked at your phone one day and kept seeing messages from X, and I was like, "The fuck is this?
Yeah, I was reading up about
Fuck
it before.
is this?" I was just like, "What the fuck, mate?"
Because Shiggs was saying how he wants to make it like that Chinese app,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah,
Just
the
the
fucking-
do everything app. Oh,
Alexa, pause.
Museum Berlin.
Oh, after museum.
I have a
Berlin.
story about
there
Berlin.
you
That's
go.
not even
Alexa, shut your whole mouth. Alexa, silence.
This is a 3-man podcast.
Oh, goddamn. We had
time
one
for
woman
you.
on the podcast
Mate,
last week.
We start chatting about Elon and fucking Jeff Bezos' missus pops up.
She chiming in, mate. She had to
what
get
you
one
doing
word
over
in. Yeah. Hey, guys.
Hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Yes.
Sorry, you were saying before you were so rudely interrupted by Bezos.
Yes. Fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, just that it was going to be the everything app. How
Oh,
what
mate,
Shakes was
yeah,
saying
yeah,
about
the
you
big
cross the
crypto
road,
fucking, yeah.
the money comes out immediately.
Yeah, that's in China. So literally, yeah,
That's
apparently if you like
fucked.
jaywalk and they scan your face and they'll charge you straight
Whoa,
away. So it was
what?
just like, yeah. So you're just like fucking, like I can't believe, like I'd be lying if I said I took it all in. But it was like, yeah, apparently if you like jaywalk or something or do something that you shouldn't be doing,
Yeah.
there's so many fucking cameras, they facial recognition you, and before you've gotten home or before you've even crossed the road, I think he said,
You did, yeah.
they've charged you.
That's
That's
crazy.
insane.
Oh my god!
the thing is, I'm not being
motherfucker
funny.
commits the crime, and they're like, "You go and do the time."
Yeah.
Well, bam, bank account penalized,
Foot
motherfucker.
touches the curb. It's like, wait, what?
Well, it was the
Fucking
reduced
bankrupt.
rate you paid in the first 14 days.
You know what?
Yeah.
At least I'd prefer that than fucking waiting like 6 months for a letter to come through that got sent to your old address.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they're like, by the way, we'll see you in court. Like, at least you know you're paying your fines on time.
I mean, appealing something you've already paid for is impossible.
yeah.
But you paid us. That's consent.
Yeah, you live in our country. That's the law. Oh,
I
You know,
do.
China only came out of lockdown at the start of this year.
mate, it's actually
COVID
mental,
lockdown.
Dude, they were anally swabbing people in the street.
Oh,
For fun.
Yeah,
Nothing to do with COVID.
hey, big boy,
That wasn't
want to get swabbed?
Oh my god,
We'll put you on our Instagram page.
that wasn't lockdown.
Well, we'll
those were
post you on
lock-ins.
X.
Those were lock-ins, not lockdown.
Oh,
They're just
shit.
pubs and shit. Nah, it's fucked. But
So your story that Alexa so kindly
no, we
reminded us
were
of.
talking about password security, weren't we? I mean, you said the other week that your
Yes, my Instagram got hacked. It got rehacked yesterday.
Wait, rehacked? What?
Rehacked? I don't know. They just
What, the weight
yeah,
loss one?
Yeah, I claimed it back, and then
Didn't change your password.
Yeah, I know I did change my password, but now I've turned on two-factor authentication. You know, that's your boy. I was just like, who the fuck wants to keep
so-
stealing some fat dude's goddamn fucking
Also,
like 76
Hang on.
follower Instagram account?
yeah,
And then literally what's hilarious is now I'm getting like loads of posts from people that have like she whatever, that was a female like character like person that had robbed my account apparently, and they were advertising their Steam. But if I look at the notifications, the message that they were sending to people, silence.
Hello, I'm under
yeah.
the water.
You are beautiful. Add me to stream. Let's play. And then people reply, "Hi, I just sent you a DM. I think it's ended up in the hidden requests." And so I wonder if I didn't even read that bit.
fucking
Let's see if I got a
random.
hidden request. Requests.
do these people
Oh!
think the more you hack, it's like collect all five? You just have to.
Mate,
get all these
hello, how
fucking
are you feeling
followers.
today? Beatrice Bryan. Damn, she fit. Goddamn fake accounts.
I'm a bit concerned if you've
Holy
changed your
shit.
password, bro, and you've still been hacked. Like,
Yeah, but what's funny?
There's a major compromise going on.
Is Instagram, not me, because that's like a sub account of my main account. So you know you can create accounts,
Yeah.
like that
Does it
just
not have a
link
separate
to your main
password?
account. No, they don't have a password at all. You log in through your main account, but my main account hasn't been hacked. So I really don't understand what has happened, but nevertheless,
That's mad.
Also, you didn't get the joke I said.
No, I didn't.
What is 6.9?
0.9. A good thing ruined by a period.
69, baby.
period, American.
A period. Oh, what's 6.9? It's a good
pretty
thing
good.
ruined
Was that
by a
Hathaway, wasn't
period.
it?
Yeah. Fucking great joke.
What a gal.
Dude's like, I don't get it. I was like, how?
Where's the point?
I mean,
This
it's in the middle, in
6.9,
between the
they
6
call
and
it a
9.
period in America.
Do they?
Yeah, so what's 6.9 ruined by
Oh,
a
you
period?
didn't know that. That ruins the
Right.
joke.
69.
I
And
can't.
back.
I can't talk to you, babe. I'm on my full stop this week.
So, Arthur, the museum in Berlin.
Well, we were talking about passwords and security.
Oh, yes.
And what did you say? Like, if it's so many characters, it takes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a
So,
few-
yeah. So, apparently, if your password is fully lowercase and you've got like numbers and just a fully lowercase password, it takes a computer 4 seconds to hack your computer. If it's uppercase and with numbers, uppercase and lowercase with numbers, it takes about 4 minutes. And if it's uppercase, lowercase, and with special characters, it takes about 4 billion years
Yeah, it's
for a
exponential.
PC to crack the code.
So in Berlin, there's like a. I don't know if it's like. It's not Spy Museum. It's really
Oh, no,
cool
not
though.
the Spy Museum.
But
Don't
there's-
tell me the Spy Museum
There's like
got hacked.
a machine, and
The machine.
think about this, right? You have to. It's like you tells you how secure your password is. That's a little game.
You're typing
So
in
you
your
type
password.
your password in. And it says the same thing. Like mine are always like, 10 billion years. Then I'm like, wait a minute.
I've been bamboozled. What's your email? And we'll send you this link.
What's hilarious?
Gotcha,
there
bitch.
is a website called How Secure Is My Password, and you literally just type it in. I bet the developers.
How secure? How secure is my mother's maiden name?
Oh, mate. Well, what was it? There was that
There's a
thing.
machine really
there was
big,
that,
though.
There was that woman on the street that was doing that social experiment. And ththey're like, oh, yeah, who do you tell your password? And this girl was like,
yeah.
no one. And she was just like, oh, yeah, what is it? And she's just like, oh, yeah, it's like I like hide it as like my mother's maiden name and my dog's name and fucking my birthday. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah. She was just like, so yeah, like how are your family and that? She's like, yeah, really good. And I was like, oh yeah, what's your mum's name? And she was like, just said her name. She's like, oh wow, fantastic. She's like, oh, do you have any photos of your family? She's like, oh, that's a lovely dog. Like, what's the name of it? And they're like, oh, it's this. She goes, "Oh, last question. Like, when's your birthday?" And she just tells her, and they're just like, they look at the camera, and that music comes on. It's just like,
Gotcha.
I'm just like,
That's
fuck.
so dumb, isn't it?
Just like, oh man, just how like people can just get played out in like seconds when they feel like they're secure.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker's just like, yeah, share that to the internet. That's out there now.
That's
I hope
crazy,
she's changed her
isn't it?
password.
Yeah.
I mean, my banking got done as well. Actually,
Hey,
I can't remember if I
my
said this or
PayPal
not.
got done once upon a time. Like, that
So
was fucking
someone
terrifying.
didn't like take my card details and go for some mad strip club fucking binge or whatever.
Yeah, 50 quid a dance.
And to be honest, if that was on my
I wonder if they
file,
barred them down.
if that was on my file, my bank would have been like, "Come on, this was you. This was you."
This was you.
But no, instead, because I'm usually quite secure with these things, they'd given me debt. They'd offloaded,
that's
what's
smart.
it called, a balance
That's
transfer
smart.
onto my credit account. And I was like, I didn't even notice. It was like a couple grand as well. I was like, what the fuck?
Mate, honestly, like people, like
That's genius.
You got to think
I
as
know.
soon as they've got your detail, like all they have to do is give a bank account that's thing, and then be like, oh yeah, cash this account though, and take out like 10 grand against your name, and as long as you got the credit score, you get approved. If they got the details, you can do an online fucking thing in minutes, mate. Like you got to think like I feel like I know someone that's told me that they've had it done to them, whether or not it's true or not, and they're just fucking.
Yeah,
faux
how do they
pas,
do it?
mate.
How do
But,
they do it?
like, yeah, well, yeah, no, but like, I mean, you
paper
got to
come
think
out.
like if you have enough standard details about someone, like I could probably take a fucking loan out in your name. Like they wouldn't be like, like, oh, what's your date of birth? What's your fucking thing? And then be like, oh, Luke, what's your bank details so I can send you some money? Oh, that's your sort code and your fucking thing.
So true,
Bingo,
isn't it?
bango, we're in,
yeah.
baby. Let me take out a 10 back. Yeah, if
wait.
you get a 10 grand loan, though, it's not me.
I just realised we're basically the subtext is we're promoting digital IDs. Fuck.
Oh yeah, hang on a minute. This is what you were adamant against, though.
Oh shit! No, you know what? Like you've got to be secure online. Like it's such
100%.
like a, it's so crazy. Like the things people will do now to just steal your data because, like, people just are so blasé about it. And I'm a little
Passwords.
fucking blasé
That's the
about
word.
it. But like, yeah, passwords are a big one. But like, just anything, like just you get a fucking email and you click on a link by accident, and all of a sudden, all these bearing in mind, like we're obviously quite savvy. Like I think obviously our generation have grown up around it, but like these cunts are targeting our nans and shit, man. Like you're like
They're too trusting.
65-year-old, 75-year-old nan gets a phone call and some random dude like starts chatting her the fucking gift of the gab, and then pretends to be a fucking online
Oh, it was
banking.
lovely.
Like,
You spoke lovely to
But, like,
it's
this
not
is
even
it,
northern.
mate. Like,
He was an ass English man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, do you want
fucking-
to northern as well? That's so weird.
yeah.
Oh, the chances.
Yeah, I was just like,
Chances.
Sloppy Giuseppe. Wait a minute. But honestly, yeah, you got to be so fucking like just careful.
Add a number at the end. Okay, 1. Add a special character! Exclamation mark.
Yeah,
Obviously.
mate, I know.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
it? That was
What else are you gonna
that
do?
comedy sketch where the guy was just like, "Bet I can guess your passwords," and they're just like fucking like password exclamation mark 1, and just everyone's just like looking at their phone like shit,
Change it.
shit.
So, consumer advice: don't
Yeah,
use the
yeah.
same password for any
Get a
accounts.
password manager.
It would amaze you the number
Get a
of people.
password manager,
And the
You can
people
get
that
one
have
for free.
the same pins on all of their
That
cards,
shit will look after
same
you.
password
mate,
for everything.
honestly, like,
But what amazes me is the banks refund scams so often.
Yeah.
Someone
Oh,
that's,
yeah,
that's
but-
willingly, well, not willingly, but fallen victim to such a
but
ridiculous
they need
scam.
to
What was that
because it's,
one?
you say it's so ridiculous, but like it's so easy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice that some of them are willing to fucking refund it because they could just be like, nah, get fucked. But obviously,
Especially if it's credit, they kind of have to, don't they? I think?
yeah, credit card, you're far more secure. Like, obviously, I'd never
Don't know if
like
section 72
holidays and
applies.
stuff. Like, obviously, I'd always book fucking credit card now because just no matter what happens, if you get scammed,
Yeah.
you're safe.
So
Which
here's a scam story, right? This happened
Is this
to
the gold?
someone
Yes,
from
mate.
Yes, I
Do
love
you remember
this
this
story.
story?
Oh no,
bro?
no, go on. I've not heard.
Tell the
this.
people,
So
man.
this happened to it was like a distant relative, right? And so they got a call from, I think they're reporting to be purporting to be the police, and they said like, your bank is under investigation. All the people working there are corrupt and they're part of this organized scam.
To fly
And
star.
they are like, they're taking your money, and they're taking all their customers' money from the bank, and it's a massive scam. So we're acting quickly to work against this bank, and we need your help in helping us with our investigation. So at the moment, your money's not safe. So what we need you to do is to go into the bank and buy some gold, because that's a much more secure way of keeping your money invested. So this person went into their bank and they bought £50,000 worth of gold.
Oh my god!
And the gold was legitimate.
Yeah,
It was a
of
legit
course. Yeah,
gold
they'd gone
company.
into a bank and bought gold. Yeah, they'd
cash,
gone with their
whatever,
money, yeah.
whatever the
They
website
told her
was.
not to say anything, right? Because like,
Yeah, so they gave her like a complete cover story of why she was buying gold. She researched the markets. Gold was increasing in value. She saw it as a really good investment, and that's why she was doing it. So the bank like did like apparently they did loads of checks. You know, they looked at the gold company, they like researched what it was, and they were like, well, this checks out. It's a legit company. So they let the transaction go through for £50,000. The gold was delivered to the woman. And then the scammers, the real scammers, told, "Oh yes, we are going to come round and collect the gold and keep it secure for you."
Oh no!
Some
It's
mate
obviously
turned
on
up
fucking thing. Yeah, they can't trace it. Then,
untraceable. It's just a lot. She actually had 50 grand gets you bullion. You know,
yeah,
proper
yeah, of
bullion
course.
of gold.
Yeah, a bar
Genius.
of gold.
Yeah, a complete bar. This mate, he turned up at her door and went, "Hello, I'm here for the
Yeah.
gold." And she went
to pick up the gold from you.
and she's like, "Yeah, well, thank you so much for helping me out. Here you go."
Oh no!
Right,
That's
that's not the wildest part of the story.
Oh no way!
Wait, I can't even remember.
The
that.
How does it
bank-
get wilder?
The bank refunded
Oh, yeah.
her.
Oh
Yeah.
Refunded £50,000.
Well, they did the checks to say it looked
Wait,
legit,
no.
but then that wasn't the
that
company
was
was
legit.
They just gave her 50 grand's worth of gold again, and they come round again.
You're not going to do it, are you?
No,
You're not going to
we're
give it
not
away
gonna
this
do it.
time. are you?
You're teasing me. Oh fuck!
And
Mate.
I mean, obviously,
Baffled.
you know, good news for the person to get their money back. But I was like, sorry, this is like
you've fallen
utter
for this.
stupidity.
Yeah,
like, you
yeah.
fool. And the bank's been like, apparently they said it was such a complex scam. That like we wouldn't
mean,
expect her to have understood, so they refunded.
complex?
It was ridiculous.
Very unique.
That is very unique. To be fair, I've never ever heard of anything like that.
Hit enough people, you're going to
So,
get one, I
mate,
guess.
Well,
which
yeah,
is
this
it.
is it. This is it. Like,
Probably
this is-
50,000 people they
Oh,
attacked
mate,
and got
fucking-
her.
You think it probably cost them nothing, mate? Honestly, I think,
It's a phone call, isn't it?
mate, people like, and it's so bad, but like companies that you use on a daily basis are selling your fucking public data if you haven't opted out of their GDPR,
Yeah.
and it's like 0.3 pence a contact. So your information is worth less than a penny, but all of a sudden they've taken £50,000 off of someone. It's like, oh great, I spent £1,000 on 50 or half a million contacts, and only one of them's paid off, and I've made 49 out of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like fucking like some cunt's just there laughing his fucking ass off, sitting on a fucking throne of gold. And you've got, I mean, you know what though? The issue is, and I know fair play, and like it probably could have ruined their life if not. £50,000 is a fucking lot of money. Like, certainly in this day and age, right? Like, it's kind of fucking, people don't just have that generally.
No, I mean, that would be life savings, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it sounds like she emptied her account, because obviously you'd be worried. Like,
I mean,
someone
was
tells
she on
you,
her own? I'm just imagining like the husband at home
like,
going,
what
where
were
you
the
off to,
family
love?
thinking? Yeah, just gonna get 50 grand out, love. And why do we always go northern? Just
know.
pop down Chippy and got fucking 6 bars of gold.
Wish I was, I guess.
Just, what the fuck have you come back with? Like,
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, I've taken a package for you today. It's quite heavy.
Yeah.
What have you been ordering?
oh, that's the gold for
I
the
thought it was-
police.
I thought it was that vegetable powder, isn't it? Bullion.
You making some soup?
Oh my gosh.
How many bars of chocolate you bought, love? Gold?
What the fuck? You bought some gym weights or something? What is this?
Yeah, what's that chocolate bar? That's, oh, it is a
Gold.
gold.
It's
Yeah,
called a gold
yeah,
bar.
gold
That's why I
bar.
made the joke. That was literally my joke.
Way
sorry.
behind.
I just went, oh, what you bought? Loads of chocolate.
Well, I
love.
did that at your parents' house when your dad said, "Oh, we got that pink stuff," and I went, "Yeah, what is that stuff?" And he goes, "It's called pink stuff."
Yeah, it's literally called, it's pink stuff, the cleaning spray, yeah. My dad's such an asshole as well when it comes to stuff like that. He's just like, gotcha.
But this, all right, so yeah,
The king of dad jokes, mate, honestly. Literally. Ba-dum-ts.
this does raise an interesting question, right? Given that scenario, do you think she should have had to take her loss?
Yes, I do,
know,
in the sense of kind of like, right, more fool you, but that's kind of, you've fucking fallen for a scam. I feel like if it had been a smaller denomination, the bank wouldn't have done it. But I feel like they, at the end of the day, right, I mean, depending on what they have as well against her, let's say she's got the mortgage with the house and she can't afford the mortgage anymore after they lose that money, they may actually lose more money than they would spend refunding it, and they have insurance for that. You've got to remember for
Oh,
scamming
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they would get
that.
that money back. So at the end of the day, for them, and like you say, it was an elaborate scam. Like, so for them, at the grand scheme of things, I think they probably end up making more money anyway, just fucking sorting
Or
them
losing
out.
less.
Like,
Anyway.
losing less.
I guess they've got metrics on it, haven't they? If they're,
But
measuring
if it's a
how
scam
often
they've
these
not heard
scams
of
are,
as well, if it's a scam
that's
they've
what
not
I mean.
heard
If it's
of,
just one new
like
one,
that's valuable information to them. Like whether or not they have like some fucking, I know they obviously all banks share information around this kind of stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Like if a new scam gets found, like I
Got a
don't know
new
whether or
one,
not they
boys.
fucking like put in a pot for fucking X, Y, and Z. I don't know how it all works, but at the end of the day,
Like bookies
that
sharing the
information,
risk.
yeah, exactly. Like they've got to at some point, right? At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
like billions and billions and billions of pounds are fucking through our banks a year. So 50 grand is fuck all, really, when you think about it from their perspective. But to her, that is her life savings. I mean, it might not have been, but we're going to assume it was. And that would have been potentially ruin for someone.
what a
right?
lovely
This kind of
soul
thing.
as well. She was just trying to help him out.
Mate,
Just
yeah,
thinking,
well,
like,
mate, you know what? Like, this is the issue, right? Is like people are too kind natured, and like I like to think I'm quite nice when it comes to stuff like this, and like
oh yeah,
easily
you got
get
that 50
taken
grand, you owe
advantage.
me.
Yeah, of course, bro. I got you. Obvious. I mean, the difference is like if you've got money sitting around and someone tells you that you're at a threat and a risk, and it sounds official enough, right? Like it's not like 999 are going to call you, but you don't know how elaborate it actually was when it come to like, oh, we're the police, blah, blah, blah. They might have provided like fucking case numbers and everything. And as easy as that is to elaborate, like fucking make up.
Especially when they
Like-
call you.
Yeah, exactly. They call you. And obviously it's kind of one of those things, right?
So that,
I mean, all they have to do is send a fucking phone number that's like very, very, I mean, you can even get the same phone numbers, right? I had people like, at the end of the day, like they might have decommissioned an old police line and then whatever it may be, right?
Well,
like
you can
a
change
non-
caller ID, can't you?
Yeah,
So these
exactly,
scammers change.
exactly. So yeah,
change caller
whatever
ID.
it had been, right? She's obviously believed it enough, and I mean, did you say it was a lady? Yeah, fine. Do you know if like what their situation is, like partner or not, single? No,
Not
idea.
sure.
Not fine. Well, like you say, I mean, you'd like to think that you talk about this shit to your family, right? No way there's anyone like me. If someone said to me like, "Oh yeah, 50 grand," and you almost either coerce yourself out, like coax yourself out of it, or fucking put yourself in deeper. Like, what if? Oh, what's this? What's this? You start searching it, and then scammers doing X, Y, and Z in this bank.
the
All it
problem,
takes is them for fucking search engine optimization to fucking get a page to the top of some like, oh yeah, like if you want to search and do some more research on it, like type in this.
Yeah, that's what
And then
always
all of a sudden
amazes
it's
me.
at the top,
Yeah.
and it's fucking link one, and they've got all this information against this fucking bank, and being like blah blah blah.
I mean, you mentioned that to anyone. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm just going to buy gold because I've been told that the bank's under investigation.
sounds mental, doesn't it?
You tell that to any of your family, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you stupid?" Like,
Like, mate, well, no, us.
And you
we
want-
would say
Search
that.
the number.
We would say that. Yeah, I agree.
You
like-
wonder, like, what these people, when they're so convinced in their head that it's the right thing, yet they don't tell anyone what they're doing.
Mate,
so
honestly.
the one I mentioned when I said about my scam, I actually only called them just before I got here, funny enough, because I hadn't even reactivated my card yet because I'm lazy. And I did, and went through all the jumps and hoops and stuff, explained all my details. And then they were like, well, we're going to actually get someone to call you back from the right department, whatever, rather than forward and hold on.
Yeah.
And immediately, I was just like, it's weird when they have to call you.
Yeah.
Not like, what are the chances that they say that? They even told me
Yeah.
this person's name, and then someone happens to call back. Like, imagine if someone was intercepting and listening, and then
mate,
just like,
it's insane.
quickly
isn't
call Arthur right now,
it? Yeah.
asking for his mother's maiden name.
But they use these tricks, you know, and it's the most clever one is where they're able to hang up the call but stay connected.
Oh, and listen.
And they're like, all right, we're really concerned about scams. So what we're going to do is we'll end the call, and if you can call us back on this secure number, then it's legitimate. So even if they're dialing a different number that's not the company, they've not disconnected the
They're
line.
tracking what you're
and then
pressing.
they type in a new number and they're still on the same.
They're still
phone
on the
number.
same line, and then the scammers pretend to pick up as a different people. It's so
That's
clever
mental.
what they can do.
Mate, someone like for.
God, we should do a uni degree on it.
Honest. Well, like, I got a call. I got a call the other day actually, which was quite funny. But like they were pretending to be Vodafone, and I was literally like, the second I picked up the phone, and they were just like, "Oh, is this Mr. Hyatt?" Or I was just like, okay, I know this is a scam.
Yeah,
And
you
the
do
only
know
reason, no, the only reason I know, because like they were like obviously normally they're like they don't say your name because they don't have that data. Like 9 times out of 10, obviously some of them do, and they're like proper elaborate, but they're like, oh yeah, upgrade, blah blah blah, and I kind of listened to it for about 30 seconds, and I just went to him. I was like, this really sounds like a scam, mate. And he's like, no, not a scam. And I was like,
Not a
I was
scam.
Like, I was like, the only reason I know this is a scam is because my phone contract is still in my mum's name, and whenever Vodafone call me, they're like, oh, is this Mrs. Hyatt? And I'm just like, no, but I'm the second account holder. I just haven't bothered fucking cancelling my contract.
And then they can't talk to you because you're not the account
exactly. Well, no,
holder.
they can because I'm the second account holder.
Okay.
But they always call and ask, is this Mrs. Hyatt? And I'm like, no, this is thing. I'm the second account holder.
Hello?
And they're like, oh, well, before we can talk to you further, can we have the security question? And I'm just like, oh, yes, this.
I'd like to upgrade to iPhone 14.
Yeah, literally.
It's 2023. I could be Mrs. if I want. But
yeah.
Don't discriminate me.
But like, honestly, like it's like just so many little things, but like they sound so genuine, and you're just like, oh yeah, this like genuinely could be. And I might have just told a fucking actual employee at Vodafone to fucking do one, but I'm like,
worst case,
text
though,
me,
isn't it?
bitch.
So
like,
what?
text me or tell me to use the Vodafone app, and I'll do it that way. But I don't want a phone call.
Yeah.
That's right. Your mum goes to court for harassing Vodafone staff.
Mate,
Then
fuck
that's
it.
fine.
Not me, baby, not me. So
Actually,
see you later, mum.
there was an interesting story I heard on the radio this morning about a woman who was in private medical care, and supposedly it was a fairly sensitive treatment she was needing. So I think she might have been in a state of partial undress.
Oh, yes.
Supposedly, I don't know if it's, yes.
I think I've heard about.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I might have heard of this as well. Actually.
And all of a sudden, a trans
shiny
woman
demon.
nurse, all of a sudden,
They're shiny,
Can't say
shiny
those words
demon
on this pod, bro.
in the middle,
of the road of the hospital.
and she said,
He said, she said.
and this woman, this trans woman nurse came in to give care, and the patient kicked off and refused service. But if you can imagine, you're like, whatever the sensitive matter was, in your state of undress, and a trans woman nurse walks in, we're just going to do your examination.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, I mean, that is like.
It's interesting.
It's
We use
tricky.
the word trans.
It is tricky, yeah, because I mean, obviously, well,
It could
I'm
just be
assuming it was a.
transvestite. The trans has changed that word so much.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't say transvestite anymore.
Yeah, that's a.
Is that not it? I thought that was just when a dude dresses
that's
up as a woman.
cross-dressing, isn't it? Like, I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
that's
it's
That's
what
called.
Little Britain, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
Well,
but I
who's that
think now-
comedian who's a straight transvestite?
Oh,
Izzard.
Eddie Izzard.
Oh, no,
Eddie Izzard,
he
sorry.
wants to be called a
No,
woman
he is,
now.
he is
Yeah,
trans.
He is trans.
He?
She
She is
Bigot.
trans.
Oh, fuck! He got us. Gotcha, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. God damn, but like it is a sore and sensitive subject. But you know what? I feel like the people that genuinely are going through transitions will appreciate that. And I mean, bearing in mind, a lot of people, and I know obviously there's a lot of controversy around people like under the age of 18 are getting treatment, but generally
that's
it is people that are in their 20s to 30s or whatever. So they're at middle life changing their genders. And you can't just go 30 years of your life. Like, say you wanted to transition into a woman. I'm not going to lie, I'm still going to fucking accidentally call you Arthur from time to time. If you just changed your name, I've known you for fucking 10 plus years.
What's the female version of Arthur?
And like, I think you've got to have
Athena.
some, Arthur Wiener? I don't know. That's what
Arthur
Wiener. That was not intentional.
Mate,
No,
I just
right.
imagine
That
someone
goes
being-
back to our family stories. I don't know what it was, but whenever my dad, we'd go on holiday as kids, he would tell us like a bedtime story when I must have been like 5, 6. And whenever like it was like a story about like a prince and a princess or something, he'd always like adapt them to us, but it would be like fucking Romeo and Juliet or something. And he'd put us in it. So it'd be Maffa Wiener as Matt as a female, Joshua Wiener and Daniela. And obviously Matt, Dan, Josh. So it was just like, so that's where that's come from. Not half a wiener as in you've lost half your wiener.
Well, that's how it starts.
That's how it
Probably a
starts. And the
fortune
rest
is
of
half,
it is
don't
no
worry.
wiener. Yeah, all right. Fucking big piece.
Some could argue
yeah.
you do have half a wiener.
Oh, no skin.
Arthur's woman?
Big boy.
Big boy, big boy.
no.
You want a big boy on the street?
Well, I get where you're going, because I think if you're
No, like,
a
this is it,
child
right?
trying to transition and people are enabling it, I'm a bit concerned by
Yeah,
that.
Puberty
I
blockers.
personally don't agree.
Everyone goes through
And
their
you know what,
tomboy
this is my
phase, yeah?
this is my just genuinely personal opinion. Everyone can have their own, but I personally believe that
I believe.
It's just it is a little crazy, and I think people should wait till they're 18, because if you can't fucking vote, you can't join the army, and you can't fucking make your own porn video, you can't chop off your penis or whatever you fucking do. I don't know, like I don't know, like you can't transition. Having puberty blockers is not healthy for someone that's growing, in my opinion.
The problem with this debate is there's never enough nuance. It's not a fun or interesting thing to say, but there just isn't. Everyone's either one side or against.
Yeah, of
and
course.
It's like there's so much going on
Like I am more
in people's heads when they decide to do that.
For people to be on a waiting list pre-18, and then the day they turn 18 and go, yeah, this is absolutely what I want. Now you're an adult, considered by the estate.
NHS,
That's
I might
what
as
you
well
can do.
join the waiting list when they're 1 year old.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Mate, you know,
Just in case you want to transition.
Mate, like, well, yeah, it's fucking bad, but like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like, and don't get me wrong, right? Everyone should feel comfortable in their own skin at any point in their life, right? If you genuinely do feel like you are not who you're meant to be, all the better for you. But I do feel like people are being almost pushed, and like, this is the thing, like this, like, I never even had the thought come into my head until recent years, because it's like, you never heard about it, which
about
I
being a woman?
appreciate. Like, well, yeah, I mean, the thought's not in my head about
Oh,
transitioning,
good
but
for
yeah,
you,
thanks,
man.
bro. I appreciate it. Dab me up, homie. Yeah, mate, it'll be
Joshua Wiener, nice to meet you.
Joshua Wiener, mate, that'll be the name.
Sometimes I wish I were a lesbian.
Yeah, fair, yeah.
Did I say that out loud?
But like, do you get what I'm saying, right? Everyone can have their own opinion, which is completely fair. But
Thanks,
at the
man.
end of the day, yeah,
Thanks
you're
for letting
valid
me
to
have my own
whatever point
opinion.
you'd like. But like, I just feel like people are just genuinely pushing people in a direction that may necessarily, like, may not confuse them. It may confuse them, but like, I agree that there should be awareness around this
Just
stuff.
don't want it in my face.
Yeah.
No,
don't wanna
That just
shit.
reminds me of that argument,
fair.
innit?
No, this is it. No,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not like,
I don't have a problem with gays, just don't shit.
No, and this is like, that's bad. Like, that's obviously a toxic fucking form of it. But at the end of the day, right, like, when you've got a fucking 12-year-old going, oh yeah, like, I want to be a woman, like, do you genuinely understand? Like, I wouldn't have understood fully exactly what that was at that age, like what that meant implications wise for the rest of life. Like, I feel like, and I don't get me wrong, I can't quote on the research, you obviously always see it online, but like, a percentage of people regret when they've had it.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
That's what I mean.
obviously
You
there's
can't
always a
choose to
percentage
drink
of
and-
people, but like, you then, I don't know, can you undo it? Like, I don't know what the system is or whatever.
I was
but
quite amazed to find out you could remove tattoos.
yeah, laser removal. They just burn your skin and you just go down a little.
Yeah, it's worse than getting a tattoo.
It's worse than getting a tattoo. So you'll still have like an outline.
So what happens if
It's
you
like
tattoo
it's
over
scar.
that?
It's scar tissue. That's all you're left with.
Right.
So realistically, you're removing the layer of ink. You're not removing the tattoo. You'll still have like an outline.
So, mate, I want to do one line as a test: tattoo, laser, tattoo, laser,
Fuck's
tattoo.
sake.
Laser. How far
you're
can
just
you
burning
go?
your arm.
You're just giving
You're
yourself
literally
skin
just
cancer. That's what you're doing there, mate.
Oh shit!
Oh god. But yeah. So I mean,
So you're suggesting that someone that transitions gets the knob chopped off, and the doctor should say, "You want to keep it just in case you change your
we
mind."
put on ice. We put on ice.
Oh, nice. Take it home in a fucking doggy bag.
Yeah.
freezer.
Come back a few months later.
No,
like,
no,
Control
not
Z,
all, right.
Control
You know
Z,
what, like,
please.
I cannot say I've done enough research on it to fucking say that I'm anywhere inclined to say that I'm like, I can't have a realistic opinion on it. My just genuine, like, first outlook on it when someone says it to me is, personally, I just don't like when you hear about underage children, or I say underage, like, not adults deciding that that's
Big boy
for
ice
them.
cream level.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I mean,
exactly,
I look
yeah.
back at myself when I was 18, 19. Even at that
Yeah,
stage,
yeah,
I
like-
I think that kind of
I
a
guarantee you
massive
in
decision.
10, 15 years, you'll be like, fucking fuck me. What were we doing on this
I was
podcast?
so immature.
We'll
back
probably
then.
fucking have like, if we ever get famous, mate, we're going to get fucking called out on this, mate. And they'll
This
be
is
like,
the one,
remember
boys.
that time you said that fucking cunt?
Yeah, you
I mean,
can't say
oh,
that shit.
Cancelled.
God
Mate, you
damn,
don't know
get
what
him
you
off
can't
here.
say in 10 years' time, man.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is it, right?
Retrospectively, this is all outrageous.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still
Outrageous?
outrageous right
How
now.
dare you use
It's
that word?
outrageous right now. This is the issue, though. It's like, I feel
You
like
outed
you can't talk about stuff anymore. Like, you want to have an opinion, you out it, and then all of a sudden everyone's fucking jumping down your throat. Like,
It's
goddamn.
the extreme.
Like, the amount
That's
of
the
people,
issue.
like, I really, it doesn't bother me, but like, the amount of hate that I get for being fat And it's like you make a joke back, and all of a sudden they're like, "Whoa! I was just making a joke, and I'm like, "Yeah,
sense
so
of
was
humor
I."
much.
Like, calm down. I'm like, "Well,
I should be able to tell you you're fat, and you should just laugh.
Yeah, you should just take that like a bitch."
Damn, it was
Like,
it was a
goddamn.
G.I. Jane
You want me to
joke.
spread my
Damn.
keep my weight out your motherfucking mouth? Like fucking make all the jokes you want, but
Guys
like,
in the comments are like, Josh just slapped the shit out of me.
yeah, that's it. Like, mate, motherfuckers, you want to roast me? I'm gonna roast you back. Goddamn, and you fucking put a photo up of yourself, then
I'm going to appeal to your better
you
nature.
wanna, yeah, goddamn, you're gonna play off my appearance. I'm gonna look at you, bitch. And if you fit, then hit me up. I just, you assholes. I cried my
Keep
sleep.
commenting on our videos, though. That'd
Yeah,
be great.
yeah, just make fat jokes all you want. It boosts our fucking analytics.
If you keep losing weight, we're going to have to put some
Yeah,
on to
goddamn,
make sure the
mate.
comments keep coming.
Goddamn, I have to put a fat suit on Luke. Goddamn, turn him into ginger Santa Claus. But yes, gentlemen, what have we been up to this week? Arthur, been up to much?
I was on a spa weekend.
You've had one funeral and a wedding. Have you had
in
any more
Belgium.
since?
No, no more of that. Yeah, spa weekends.
weekend. How was it?
I have broken a rib, so
Oh.
I thought it would be.
Fuck? How?
I was playing
That was
football.
a rough massage.
It's not
Literally, he comes in. He's
Yeah.
like, I've broken my rib, and I'm like,
Actually-
hold up, wait a minute. And we're like,
so.
you've not told us this. Like,
No, I know.
So podcast
Didn't see me clutching
first.
my chest.
This is the first story. Yeah. Well, you've been doing that for years. Goddamn, fucking sick note.
So I was looking at places. I'd already broken my rib by this point, right? It was just a
okay.
football
Just
accident.
hasn't told us.
Nothing crazy.
my rib.
Broke my rib. Spare rib.
And
a barbecue.
so I was looking for places to go to, like a nice spa weekend with a friend, and it was like you go on these websites
With a friend.
and they don't tell you, like, oh, hour massage, this package, you get this. It's always like
It's always,
divine, experiential. What I can't even think of some of the words. You
they
know what I
make
mean?
up the
It's just
most
like,
random horse shit, and you go in there and they give you fucking Batista, and he's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
giving you the fucking
I ordered-
the people's elbow, mate.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if did we throw that up in a previous video about that fucking
yeah,
dude that
so
beat the fuck out of me
4,
last
5,
time I had
or
a
6.
circuit, like goddamn fucking massage.
I ordered the spiritual experience rejuvenation.
Yeah,
What's
and they're
this?
Like, yeah, this is the spirits. Yeah, just fucking. It's got like hot rocks on his elbow, mate. And he's just like, in your shoulder blades, like fuck.
Could I have a woman masseuse,
My
please?
spine. Yeah.
This is our best
Yeah,
woman
yeah,
masseuse.
Yeah, it's fucking all right. Yeah. Some Russian woman walks in. She's like fucking 8'4", and she's built like a brick shithouse. You're like, what?
You're laying there hoping that the massageur does his hands more than your back.
Yeah. Just
You could
fucking
do with it,
comes in,
mate.
just clicking their knuckles, like fucking. You're like, oh fuck.
but-
I'll have a light massage. Light.
I genuinely saw one of the massage options was freestyle.
Freestyle.
And I was like, what the
They
fuck
just
is
start
that?
fucking beatboxing.
Karate chopping you and shit. Like, have you seen those ones where women get like their bums lifted or whatever, and it's just these dudes like slapping this way, slapping that way? I'm like,
I'd fucking sign up for that job, mate.
Yeah.
Get a slap fucking arsehole.
man had a genius business idea and he went for it.
Mate, yeah, fair play. Some motherfuckers goddamn capitalize on any market. Trying to think of something new these days. Fucking hell, that's difficult. But so spa weekend, was it enjoyable?
It was delightful. It didn't hurt my rib anymore.
Oh my god. Yeah, they didn't fuck up your rib.
Sorry,
No.
what happened to the rib?
The rib,
Yeah,
I just
football
got
accident.
elbowed at football.
Oh, is that
Literally
it?
nothing
that was a
special.
shit
I
fucking
wish I had a
story.
funny story about
Goddamn,
it. but
elaborate,
alas.
bro. Yeah, could have told, mate. Someone
Well, the
else
boy
come
just
into
got-
him like Rikishi's elbow. Like,
You could have told us before the pod. We were like, oh, don't talk
yeah,
about it.
Yeah, we're like, oh, big story, broken rib, fucking. Fucking Arthur's like, yeah, I just got elbowed.
What we always do, talk about
we need to fucking
pod
do the other
stuff.
one.
Yeah,
We'll make
it
a
even,
story
bro.
out of it, mate. Yeah. Oh, fair play. Well, mate, obviously in
about
the
you
tradition of your fucking thing, mate, you've been to a funeral and a wedding. I actually went to a wedding on Friday.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice. You know what? Weird things when you go and see family you haven't seen in such a long time. Like I must not have seen something like this half of my family for 15 years.
Oh yeah, where was
Like
this?
this was
You were like, hey, you got scammed
fun.
for 50 grand of gold, didn't
well,
you?
yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, you're the guy that collected the gold from my house. Not like this. But yeah, so obviously cousins, like fucking aunts, uncles, everyone, fucking my whole family went, which was nice. And yeah, you kind of they're this beautiful setting, dude. Like obviously, like they did like a church. like the whole church thing. Oh shit, fucking hell. Went to like the, you know when you go to like a church and you're like, oh yeah, I wonder what the like reception's gonna be like, and you're like, oh, it's always just gonna be in like, it said it was in a school. So we're like, oh, this is gonna be some shitty reception fucking hall room and whatever. Fuck me. I didn't realize, but obviously the person my cousin was marrying was like
A child.
the
It was in year 6.
what's worse?
Oh god.
What's worse than a rapist?
A child. No.
When you said you invited me to the reception, wait a minute.
Yes.
Very good, very good. No, so headmaster of a private school, one of the most prestigious schools in the country. Won't say which one because that docks my family, but yeah, literally, we turn up to this site, absolutely gorgeous school. I'm talking. I'll show you a photo of it, but we'll maybe like blur out some of it because.
Well,
Whoa.
Whoa, indeed. Like this whole absolute like beautiful garden. They'd rented
it's lovely.
they'd rented like a mobile like bar van. They were doing
that's cool.
cocktails.
I want to do that.
Yeah, they were doing cocktails, like obviously all these other like standard drinks, and then obviously like a set list of cocktails, all paid for. And then they had like a pulled pork fucking bar,
Oh yeah,
like,
that's my zone.
yeah, legit. Like holy
roast.
shit, they had like the fucking
Oh yeah.
the fucking beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes. Yeah, doing the lot, and literally we were there like, fuck, this is so beautiful. And like, yeah, I was talking to my my like, oh god, my third cousin. So like, my nan is one of 13, and it was her brother's son's son, who I then obviously saw. So yeah, like my third cousin or whatever, and like. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm in London next Thursday. He's like, oh yeah, I'll fucking come meet you for a drink. And yeah, we were chatting away, and he's just like, oh yeah, just like obviously I knew he'd done well for himself. So essentially he'd had like a business, he'd sold his business, and then he then worked on their board. And I was like, God damn, like, what are you doing? He's just like, oh yeah, literally, like, fucking sorry I'm late. My McLaren broke down. And I was like, oh fuck.
What
I
an
was like,
insta flex.
God damn.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I've had loads of fucking issues with it. He's like, I bought a brand new McLaren, and he's like, they then were meant to give me, it broke down when they delivered it. So he was like, fuck's sake. So they brought him a fucking like concierge McLaren, so his like hire car was a McLaren, and that broke down. He was like, this is not a good start.
You know, I was going to get one
for
but
a
now,
250 grand
Yeah,
car.
you know, after hearing that,
Like,
I don't
oh
think
my fuck. And it happened to fucking, like, I won't say names because I don't want to fucking flex for the boy, but fucking my friend bought a Porsche 911. Fucking 2 weeks into owning it, breaks down on the side of the road. He's like, send it back.
You love to see
He's
it.
like, they fucking collected it from the
new
side of the
vehicles,
road.
right?
Yeah, brand new. Like,
What is it with new
out of the
cars,
showroom. And he was saying to me actually about the McLaren. He's like, yeah, my fucking like rally car, which he has a very nice fucking car that he goes racing in as well. He's like, yeah, it has a better radio than the fucking 250 grand McLaren. He's just like, do you not get signal with this thing? It's like they forgot the antenna. He's like, fucking, I had a car 20 years ago that had better reception than this. He's like, it's so shit. He's like, yeah. So like, I was like, mate,
bro.
honestly, second hand and fucking not 250 grand.
Want to buy a car?
Yeah, want to buy a car. Talk to Arthur. Terry tips. But yeah, crazy. And obviously, like, it's fucking sweet to see like family and stuff and like link up with them again. But then you're just like, fuck, man. Like, I was buying you beers. God, what the fuck? Like, goddamn. Like, what the hell? I was like, no wonder motherfucker stays rich for a reason. Like, holy shit. But yeah, so that was the wedding. Good fucking day. Like, obviously, then
Good weather
up after
by the looks of it.
beautiful like day. Yeah, ended up just like rained in the morning, sun come out. Like, just yeah, lovely afternoon. Saturday. Sophie's birthday, so Brad's partner, obviously she had like a big shindig at hers, which was sick actually. Yeah, like went round there, literally, right? So I was like, yeah, if you want me to make espresso martinis, buy some fucking ingredients, and your boy will buy. I'll make them. Get there, I'm like, I brought some of the stuff you bought me. I was just like, oh yeah, I got some fucking rum, got some things. She was like, oh yeah, I bought. I was like, right, you need vodka.
I'm waiting for the wrong ingredients.
I was like, you need vodka, you need Kahlua, and you need some pre-made coffee. And I was like, that's all you need. I was like, that's it. So I get there, and I'm like, she's like, oh yeah, Josh, here's the Kahlua. I was like, oh nice, where's the vodka and the coffee? She's like, oh yeah, coffee is in the freezer. She made them in cups So she literally just used a coffee machine and put a cup in the freezer, and it was frozen. I was like, she was like, I fucking forgot, so I tried to chill it quickly.
Maybe you don't need ice then. That'll work.
Hey.
No, it was like slushy fucking. It was like half frozen. It worked well enough, but she was like, forgot the vodka. I was like, well, it's a good thing. I was like, 2 ingredients, 2 alcohols, and some frozen fucking goddamn coffee.
You say this. Remember when we tried it with rum?
Well, thank God for the rum that I brought with me. I was like, God damn, Arthur gave me a bottle of Kraken that already had coffee infused with it. I was like,
it was meant to be.
I was like, I was like, so where's your cocktail maker? She's like, oh yeah, I got one of those. And then they look around for it. They're like, we ain't got one of those.
We can't find him.
I'm fucking there. I'm like, I found a mason jar and I'm just fucking putting all the ingredients in there, ice. It was quite cool because you could see it mixing. But I'm fucking, it's like this. It was like a spaghetti. You know, like you have one of those spaghetti containers.
Yeah.
There's the seal lids. A glass, like, mason jar. I'm there just, like, in the middle of this fucking group of, like, 30 people shaking a fucking mason jar full of, like, black liquid. And they're like, what the fuck are you making? I was like, martinis, baby. All of a sudden, I got a line. I'm like, God damn it. I've only got
and then
so
you got
much
angry
rum.
and stopped serving the drinks.
You made 7 of them.
I can't believe you asked me to make more than 1 drink when you offered.
Because you're on your full stop, right?
Right, exactly. You know what? Can't have your 6.9 without a period. But yeah, so
watch our latest reel.
I couldn't come actually. That's quality.
Yeah, really, really good night. Obviously, yeah, I mean, it went out. I mean, ended up being in a fucking hot tub at 3 a.m. So it was just fucking drinking like wine and fucking champagne and shit. So we're like, fuck. You know, when you sit in a hot tub too long, you've had a few drinks, and all I've had is drinks. Like, bearing in mind, like, I don't really eat much anymore. So I was like, it's drink or it's food. And I was like, I'm fucking cooking tonight.
Damn right.
So I'm sat in this hot tub, fucking, my blood is boiling, and I'm just drinking like all these fucking different drinks. And I'm like, I am fucked. Fucking
Nothing like a hot tub drinking,
honestly. But then you get out and you're like, holy shit, the fresh air and they're not chlorine. You're like, oh,
Well, no, see, that's
time for
better.
bed.
Because if you're a bit like sozzled when you come out, who even says that?
Sozzled, mate. I like it.
Then it's not as cold. That's the worst bit. You never want to get out of the hot tub. You get
Yeah,
so
oh,
like,
yeah, beer
your
blanket,
skin goes
baby,
all
beer
fucked, so
blanket.
you don't want to stay in.
Gotta get out and grab that towel double quick, mate.
It's misery
it was a
as soon as you get out.
cold Saturday recently. Goddamn fucking shit weather. But we made it work. It was a fucking great party, actually. So fair play, Soph. But yeah, it was a good fucking day. And then I went to the gym with Tom the next morning, and I was like, mistakes were made. I was like, I'm hanging out my asshole, and this boy is abusing the shit out of me, and I still ache today. 3 days ago. God damn it. Like, well, Sunday, what is it? It's Tuesday today. But it's almost the end of the day. So
Oh, man,
yeah, so a pretty fucking litty weekend, but yeah, like, oh yeah, honestly, like, it was actually, it's like, obviously where I've been losing weight,
the
and
hump,
like getting back in
and
there,
then,
oh no,
yeah.
like, oh my God, like being able to actually do shit again, like obviously where I was fucking a year ago, like 12 stone heavier than I am now, like when you 76 kilograms.
Boys
man.
making progress.
Yeah, we're getting there, fucking 12 stone down now.
See you at Thorpe Park soon, bro.
Yeah, that's the fucking rule one goal. Yeah, fucking trip to Thorpe Park where Tubby can fit in a fucking ride. We'd love to see it. But yeah, so literally, like, just going in the gym, like, I mean, obviously, like, you guys have mentioned it, like, even just being on my feet, walking around, doing shit more. But, like, walking around a gym and, like, doing these exercises for 2 hours.
Wow.
I'm like
Yeah, he
fucking,
really worked
Tom's
he
like,
was
yeah, we're doing,
riding
like,
you.
a full fucking body workout. And I was like, okay. So doing, like, we started off fucking bench pressing, then fucking, like, deadlifting. And then he was like, oh, yeah, we'll do some fucking buys, we'll do some tries, we'll do some fucking back. And I was like, fuck me, like, what aren't we doing today?
Back,
some
side,
He was just
back.
like, oh, yeah, now do some fucking, like, squats and shit. I was like, God damn it, Tubby's got to do squats. But yeah, you know what? Fucking felt great afterwards. So we'll see. But yeah, a year from now, bro, it'll be fucking... no one will fit on this sofa for better reasons, mate. I'll be walking through doors like fucking Arnold, mate. We love to see it. No, we'll watch this space. But yeah, all in all, pretty litty fucking weekend.
Sick.
How about you, Luke?
Buckle.
Fuck all.
Like me last week.
Loose content, yeah. And with that, we end with Luke's fuck all.
Well,
Thank you for watching episode 27.
long story short, don't forget the vodka when you're making cocktails.
Don't buy gold if told by the police, and give it to someone. Like, at least just keep the fucking gold, because it actually probably wouldn't have been that bad of an investment. When was this?
That's so
they probably would have
true.
made
Oh,
money
mate.
on it.
4 years ago.
Like, oh shit, they probably
Yeah.
would have made quite a
they would
fucking
have made
bit
an
of money on it.
absolute ton. Gold's done very well.
Keep that fucking gold. get yourself a password manager and
don't be a bigot if they're trans.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Matt Slab.